everyone. It's been a while since I've made a video, and just lots of things have been going on, and finally I got back down here and I'm going to show you what I've been doing lately. I've been having a lot of fun playing with Patina, and it's something I never really thought I'd like because I don't like things that are metally and shiny, but I'm really loving the Patina look. And so I'm going to show you exactly what that is. I'm not sure I can explain it to you. I'm probably better off showing you. Some of you already know what that is. But I'm going to show you how to use the Patina and also how to make it look like you're working with something that was cut out of planks. And so it'll look a little bit like you're using real wood that you've stained or you've put Patina on. And so this is what we're going to work with. I'm going to try making it look like it's cut out of planks, and then we might also make it into a coat rack. So obviously you can see that this is part of a headboard. We had cut the rest of this up and made it into candle pillars, which we really had fun doing. And so now we're going to use the rest of the parts. Okay, so your first step that you're going to use is you're going to paint it. We're going to use Patina on this. We're going to use a water-based gel stain called VooDoo gel stain, and this one is in gray. It's called Up in Smoke, so we're going to use that. And then we are going to use the oil-based gel stain again. Last time I had showed you the no pain gel stain in Georgian Cherry. This time I'm going to use Walnut. I'm really enjoying this color. And so we're going to use that for one of the planks. And then we're also going to use Patina. And Patina involves a couple steps. Today we are not going to use the prime start because you only use this if you're doing Patina on metal. And we're not doing the Patina on metal. And then I'm actually going to have my husband pause this and get back to you because I forgot my copper Patina paint, which is a really important step. Okay, I'm back with the copper Patina paint, and we're going to use that for another plank. What we're going to do, put the Patina paint down, and then we spray it with the Patina spray. For the look that we want today, we're going to use green Patina spray. There's also blue Patina spray, but I've been playing with green spray and copper paint and iron paint. So you get different looks with each of them. And you can look on Dixie Belle's page if you want to see some samples of the looks that you'll get with the different sprays and paints. But as a base for all of them, we can use Dixie Belle paint. Now I'm going to use driftwood today. I kind of like to use the lighter colors underneath things like these. And this is a light gray color. You can use the darker colors. As you saw in one of my other videos, I used green, and we still got a nice look with our no pain gel stain. But I do like to stick with the light color if I can. Alright, so this is one of my favorite colors, driftwood. It also looks great with the grunge gray Best Dang wax. Alright, so we're just going to cover. Okay, it looks like I had an empty jar of driftwood. I do love to use that underneath these things, but I also recommend using burlap under these. So that's another good color that we can use. So I'm just going to apply that to this. And regardless of whether or not you get a solid look, you really only need one coat of this because you're going to be covering it with other things. So this is going to be pretty quick. And I'm using the Dixie Belle synthetic brush. I will once again rave to you about how great these brushes are. I have not lost a brush, and I've been using these since August. And they have just been wonderful. That is my favorite thing about them. I mean, they make the paint look really smooth, but I just love that they don't become stiff, and all I have to do is wash them with water. And with other brushes, I have had to wash them with mineral spirits, or they become stiff after the first time I've used them. You notice these little, there's a little bit of woodwork on here, and I'm going to do something else with that. Maybe use gilding wax on it, or some other product to make it stand out. Maybe even use the iron patina on it, just to make it stand out from the wood, or the other part of the headboard, because I want everything else to look like wood planks, like it was cut from wood planks. I've done several of these, and this is the first time I've done it with something that wasn't just a straight flat piece. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm not going to deal with the edges right now. I can deal with those later, because I want to be able to show you what to do. In my other pieces, I've basically just put gel stain around the edges. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the blow dryer to that, because I won't have to wait. So just give me a minute and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got my piece of headboard here painted with burlap, and now I'm going to do my planks. So first step to creating the plank is using the painting tape. And the reason you want to use this kind of tape is because it is going to come off more easily and be less likely to pull paint off. Although there is a chance this is going to pull paint off. It has done it before. So I'm just going to put it on here. I am going to do my center portion first, because that's the portion that I'm going to do the patina on. And I want to do the patina first. Now, when I'm done taping this, move up a little further. When I'm done taping this, I am actually only going to do the patina portion with the tape on. I'm going to try to freehand the rest of it. I would suggest to you that if you don't feel comfortable freehanding the rest of it, you do the patina section last, because the tape is not going to stick well to the patina. It's going to pull it up. So you want to do your patina section last if you don't feel comfortable freehanding the other two sections. And you can do more than 3 sections. I've done 6 before. It just depends on your piece and, again, the look that you want to get. So I don't know if you can see this, but my patina is going to be this open space in the middle here. Alright, so whatever section you want to have the patina on, that's the section that's going to be showing, because obviously you can't get it where the tape is. Okay, so again, the first step with doing patina is that you're going to apply your patina paint. The kind of paint or the color of patina paint you use depends on the look that you want to get. If I were to use the iron patina paint, I would get more of a rusty look. It's just like a plain brown rusty look that you see a lot in country decorations or rustic decorations. This time I would like to get more of a teal look. So I'm going to use the copper paint because that will give me more of a teal look. You will barely see the copper. You'll see a little bit of it sticking through. And again, that also depends on how much spray you use. So you have to shake it up really good. There's metal in this paint. So you want to shake it up really good and disperse that evenly. And you open it up. And this is kind of the look of the paint there. It's shimmery and metally. And I'm going to take my brush. I like to use the stuff that's in the lid. A little hair stuck in there. Now, when I'm done with this, I'm going to dry it with my hair dryer, and then I'm going to apply a second layer. I am not going to dry that with my hair dryer because you want the second layer to still be wet when you put your spray on it. That is how you get the patina to work. That is how the patina does its magic. I don't know if I'm ever going to stop trying to do this look because I just love it. Funny thing is that I don't have anything like this in my house because it doesn't fit in my house anywhere. But I will keep making it all for your pleasure, for other people's pleasure, if they would like to hang it in their house. That is the fun thing about being able to paint furniture, especially if you are going to try to sell it, is that you can experiment with all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't have to go with your house because you can sell it to other people, or you can even give it away as gifts. And you just get to have fun playing with all kinds of different looks. Alright. So I've got that first layer on. I don't think that my hairdryer reaches over here. Find out. Well, I think I can do it. And I'm just going to dry this with the hairdryer. And I'll show you first. There's the first layer. It's still wet, so we're going to dry it. Okay, so now I've got that first layer of copper patina paint on here. And I've dried it with a hairdryer. You can wait for it to dry if you'd like. You don't have to dry it with a hairdryer, but I like to get my project done, especially when I'm doing a video. So now I'm going to put the second layer on, and remember, do not dry this layer. You want to make sure that when you're doing this layer, you're going to have enough time to put your spray on. So you want it to be wet whenever you put the spray on. And remember, again, if you were to be doing this on metal, you are going to want to use your prime start. And Steve, you can maybe flash that up on the screen when you edit the video. You're going to want to use your prime start. First you'll do your paint, then your prime start, then your 2 layers of patina paint, and then your spray. And that is if you're doing this on metal, not on wood. This is on wood, so we don't need the prime start. We only need our Dixie Belle paint, our Dixie Belle chalk mineral paint, our patina paint, and our spray. Okay, so for those of you who enjoy science experiments, this is a pretty easy, simple science experiment. I'm not going to talk about science at all, but it's just kind of fun to watch what happens. I don't understand how it happens, but it's neat. Alright, so now I kind of like to, you don't have to do this, especially because the tape's covering a lot of it. And Steve, could you maybe show what's going on? All right, so I just kind of cover up, use some rags to cover up the part that's still sticking out, just so we don't accidentally get the patina spray on it. So I'm gonna, you don't want to cover up your paint, your patina paint, but you kind of want to try to avoid getting it on your chalk paint. All right. So then I take my spray and I spray. I use a heavier amount of spray on this because it's what creates the teal look and the teal part of it. And so I want most of it to be teal. If you want more copper to be showing through, then you can use less spray. But I like to make sure I cover a lot of it when I'm doing the teal, because the patina is the part that looks cool. All right, so you have that patina there. That is not something that you're going to want to use the hairdryer on. Most of these things, to get them to dry, I will use the hairdryer. For this, you want it to dry naturally so that it can go through the chemical process that it needs to go through. Again, I have no idea how that works or what happens there. Someone with science knowledge can tell you more about that, but you're going to have a process where it changes and gets this really cool teal look to it. And we will show you that when it happens. Now, I'm going to remove these. And I'm going to be a little daring for the sake of the video. Normally, I would probably wait longer and let the patina dry more. But I'm going to be daring today and see if I can do these other two strips. Now, when I take this tape off, there's a good chance it's going to pull up some of the chalk paint, especially since I dried it with a hairdryer and didn't really let it dry much longer than that. I kind of liked how it looked last time that happened, because this is going to be more of an old, worn look that we're going for here. So I may not mind if that happens. I'm going to pull this up and see that it gives you more of a look like there's a board there. And my patina is running a little bit, so I am just going to get a towel and soak that up. Just wipe it off. And I just love what's happening because some of the spray does run loose a little bit, and it actually gives it a cool effect when you're using the gel stain as well. So I just let whatever happens happen because we're going for a worn look. All right, this part's probably going to be more likely to run because it's down, facing downhill a little bit. All right, so I'm going to pull this one up. See how you look like. Looks like we've got wood planks on there. Ooh, that got into a cut. So yeah, it is a chemical, so you want to be careful with it. Alright, so now I am going to attempt to freehand with the No Pain Gel Stain. So the No Pain Gel Stain is Dixie Belle's gel stain that is oil-based. I prefer this gel stain if I want to actually get a stained look. It does look more like wood, and it's my preference. So I'm going to try to get this lid off. There we go. And you can see a little bit here that on the lid that it has kind of a puddingy look to it. A thin pudding almost. So it's different than your typical stain. It's a lot cooler because you can put it right over paint. No sanding required. That is the great thing about chalk mineral paints and gel stain and all kinds of these things. that I do not have to sand, and you do not have to sand either. So I'm just going to apply this here. And I'm going to get closer to the scary part where I'm getting close to the patina. Maybe we'll do that last. Steve, can you kind of make sure that this is visible? Thank you. And if you see, sometimes I'll put a second coat on of this, but right now it's looking a little bit, when it's just that one coat, if you are careful with it and you get the lines straight, it looks more like wood grain. So sometimes I like to just leave it with one coat because it looks more like wood grain and less like it's another color of paint. Sometimes if I've already done a section, I'll go the whole way back up again just so I can get even lines and I don't have a point where it looks like I've just cut off my staining or painting. My patina is already starting to turn a little bit of that blue-green. And it's just a fun process to watch because you never know what's going to happen, where you're going to get the color, how dark it's going to be. But it will give you a blue-green color. I have watched videos that tell you to get the more pricey sponge brushes because these cheap ones do kind of rip. But I figured out how to work around that. I'd rather get these and throw them out than feel like I have to use those pricey ones over and over again, especially when you're using stain. When you're using stain, you might as well forget it with trying to use these sponge brushes over and over again. Okay, we're getting closer to this edge. And I kind of think that even if I get in there a little bit and I hit the patina, I think it's cooler if it blends together. I can even fill in there a little bit once the patina dries. If there's some spots that I see I want to fix, I can fix them. Okay, so finished up with that portion, and with this also, you don't want to dry it with the hair dryer. I lied, there is something else that you don't want to dry with the hair dryer. And Steve, maybe I don't want to lift this up and make the patina run, so could you kind of show what's going on here? Okay, so you can see we've already got the patina starting to have that blue-green color to it, and we've got a little bit of a wood grain look with the gel stain, so I'm probably not going to put another layer on there because I like how that looks. Alright, so now I'm going to use my water-based gel stain. It looks like I need to wipe a little bit more here. Trying to see if there's something that will even this out a little bit. It looks like it's getting dry though. Okay, so I see that this is kind of wider than I thought it was going to be. So I might add just another little strip here of tape and just get like a little strip of a different color. So I'm just that right about here and give myself a chance to get more color and variety in this piece. It's okay to have little bubbles in your painter's tape, because as long as the paint doesn't get up through it, it's not a big deal. This one might get up through. Alright, so I'm getting one more strip of wood there, one more plank. And now we're going to move on to the VooDoo gel stain. So we have our no paint gel stain that is oil based. And we have our VooDoo gel stain in an entirely different container that looks like this. Now, since this is water based, first I'm going to shake it up a little bit. And I kind of put this on my sponge brush. Some people might get a container to dip it into, but I figure I'm probably going to waste a lot less if I just put it right on my sponge brush instead of putting it in a container. So, let me grab a sponge brush. This one I would feel more comfortable washing if I wanted to save my sponge brush because it is water-based. So, you just put some of that on there like that. You can see I just got a blob of it on there. And then I'm just going to spread it out on here. And you can see that this is more, it's thinner. But again, I like that on these because it's looking more like wood grain. Okay, so we're kind of doing the same thing that we were doing with the oil-based gel stain. Just getting on there, trying to, here I'm kind of messing it up. And I just want to make a straight line then again with it, just to have it looking a little bit like wood grain. And I'll just keep adding more to my sponge brush and just spreading it out on the wood. Again, I'm going to do something else with this part. Most likely use gilding wax to make it stand out. Get this edge here. Now, if you think you're going to buy all these products, you think, oh my goodness, she's barely using any of this. Well, once you start doing this, you will probably become addicted like I am to this look. And you'll probably make, just like I did, a bunch of signs and some candle pillars. And now I'm making most likely a coat rack. So you can just make yourself a nice set to put in one of your rooms that matches. Okay, so I'm done with the gray. It's looking a little bit thin, so I might change my mind and I might later decide to put another layer on there, and if I have to, I will just retape it. But I'm going to take this off just to show you that it looks like another wood plank. And it doesn't have to be completely even. Wood isn't always completely even. So I am not going to do this for you today. I'm probably going to do that in this walnut no paint gel stain. Who knows, I might get crazy and decide to put some more patina there. But I want to tell you something about sealing this. Most of the Dixie Belle products you can seal with your clear coat, which is kind of a cousin to polyacrylic, although I have heard that it's not as likely to yellow as polyacrylic is. And then, or else you could seal most of your Dixie Belle products with gator hide. And remember that gator hide is your sealer, that it's going to be, it was made specifically to be tough enough for kitchen cabinets or countertops or tabletops or even bathrooms. And floors. I have a friend who just used it on her steps. So most of these products you can seal with clear coat or gator hide. I would not recommend that for the patina unless you can get it in spray form somehow, because with the patina you're going to get kind of a chalky, powdery substance on top of here. And if you wipe something over that, then you're going to lose a lot of your color with the patina. I don't want to lose my color. I love that teal color. So if it's something that's going to hang on your wall like this, you could use Dixie Belle's Easy Peasy spray wax. But if it's something that you're going to get a little bit heavier use out of, and this actually, if I add hooks to it, I'm probably going to get heavier use out of it. So I'm probably going to want to use a spray polyacrylic on this. And I've used that on my other items that I have made with the, I can't remember because I've used so many products, with the patina, and it's gone well. I tested it afterwards, wiped my hand over it, and nothing came off. So I would recommend, if you're going to get a little bit of heavier use out of it, spray polyacrylic. If you're not going to get heavy use out of it, then use the Easy Peasy spray wax from Dixie Belle. And so there you have it. You have all the steps you need except for your sealer, and I think that that's pretty self-explanatory. You can read the instructions for those. And I will show you the finished product of this. I might even show you some more steps that I take with it.